jeans, black nails, and a studded Gucci belt. Shawty left me all alone, and I hate the way it felt. Yeah, I'm crazy, I should listen to my mom and get some help.
Getting myself into a little different situation today. This is not a casino. Oh, wow. I drove an hour and a half away to go to Orange County to play in a home game. This home game is ran by one of my really good friends. He's a very successful business person, and there's a lot of other very successful business people here as well. So I'm kind of playing in this to play and also meet some people. It smells and looks like a casino though.
God, thank God you're here.
There he is. Before I get into any hands, I really want to preface this video by saying that the players I was playing against were not pros, very much so amateurs, and were very, very drunk. So for me, it was a very interesting game. The blind structure of the game was 5-5 with a limit of buying in for $300, but when you got to 150, you can add on again. It was kind of strange, even though there was people like with stacks of like $700 to $1,000 stacks at the table. So buying in for like $300 was gonna be kind of a challenge, but the game was playing very, very loose. If I just keep folding until I get some decent hands, I can really make this work. So in this first hand, I am in under the gun with 5 of diamonds and 3 of clubs. I decided to just go for the limp here. Under the gun plus 2 calls, middle position calls. Middle position plus 2 is a very, very drunk guy, and he raises to 25. Late position calls. I call. I know it's not the best spot to do this, but I do. Under the gun calls, and middle position calls. Flop comes out 4-5 deuce. I flop an open-ender and top pair. I check to induce action and disguise my hand. Under the gun plus 2 makes the check. Middle position bets $25, and the middle position plus 2, the drunk guy, makes the call. Late position calls. I contemplate like putting in 3-bet because I feel like this is a pretty decent spot to go for some value and put pressure on flush draw type hands, but I just end up deciding on making the call to get one free one to keep more people in the hand. And under the gun plus 2 makes the call. Turn is the ace. I drill my open ender, and I'm happy that the aces come because honestly, with so many people in the hand, I thought at least someone might have an ace here, especially how loose this game is playing. I decided to lead out, and I don't know if that's the best decision, but I thought I might as well try to capitalize on value, and I really don't want this to check through. I lead out for $75. Under the gun plus 2 makes the fold. Middle position calls, and middle position plus 2 makes a call, and late position calls. I'm fairly happy where I'm at the hand. The river is a 4 though, pairing the board. It's kind of scary figuring that some of these people might have sets. I can't be too nervous about it. I lead out for $100. Middle position, tank folds. Middle position plus 2, the drunk guy snaps it, and late position snaps. I roll over my straight. Middle position plus 2 just throws his cans in the muck, doesn't even realize it, and still tips the dealer $50. So this is the type of game we're playing in right now. And late position just shows a pair of 4s, a non-believing 4. Cool. I'm up pretty big, pretty early. In this next hand, I'm on the button with Queen of diamonds, king of spades. Middle position limps, folds to me on the button, and I raise it up to $25. Small blind calls, big blind calls, and middle position calls. Flop comes out jack clubs, 9 of clubs, 3 of hearts. I flop a gut shot here, and it checks around. I decide to go for a stab, and I bet $75, trying to take it down early without any fight, and it works. So that's cool. This next hand, I'm in late position with jack of hearts, 9 of clubs. Under the gun limps, folds to middle position plus 2, and he raises it to $30. I make the call, small blind calls, and big blind makes the call. Oh, and under the gun calls. Flop comes out 9-8-7, flopping the top pair with a gutter ball to the nut straight. It checks to middle position plus 2, and middle position plus 2 is opening up very, very loose. He's the chip leader at this moment. He probably has around like $1,400, and as he keeps winning, he becomes more and more cocky with his bets. For me, it's a really decent position because I'm just kind of waiting until I really get something good against him. He leads out for $100 into a pot that's really not that big. I put him to the test with my top pair and gutter ball and 3-bet to $300. He's in the super tank. I have no idea what he might have, and he folds. So my analysis was correct. He's just trying to play big because he has more chips than everybody, and eventually I feel like this is not gonna work out for him. In this next hand, I'm in the small blind with 10 of hearts, 7 of hearts. Under the gun limps, under the gun plus 2 limps. Middle position calls, the cutoff raises to 30. folds to me, and I make the call. Under the gun folds, and under the gun plus 2 calls. The flop comes out 10 of diamonds, jack of spades, 5 of diamonds. So I flop middle pair with a pretty horrible kicker. Yeah, I have a backdoor straight draw that I honestly kind of don't even think about happening. I decided to lead out for $50. Under the gun plus 2 is very, very drunk, and he makes the call, and the cutoff folds. Turn is the jack of clubs, and I'm honestly pretty happy with this card because it reduces how many jacks my opponent might have, and he's just so drunk that I don't believe he has a jack. Earlier in the night, I saw him chase down flushes for a lot of money, so he could very easily have a flush draw here. I stab again, trying to put pressure on if he has a flush draw. So I decide on the sizing of $150. I saw him chase down a flush draw for over $200 early in the night, so might as well try to get some value here. The river is the 6 of hearts, studding out the flush draw. I check, and he decides to bet $100, which I'm honestly pretty confused about because it's a pretty small sized bet. And I put him to the test thinking that he's going for some weird sized bluff, and I 3-bet him to $300, and he just snap folds it. My analysis was correct. He had a flush draw, and he tried to do some weird $100 bluff at the end to make up for it. Not gonna work here. In this next hand, I'm in the middle position with 6 of hearts and 7 of diamonds. Under the gun limps, under the gun plus 2 limps, and I limp, and the cutoff limps. The flop is 5 of spades, 3 of hearts, queen of spades. I flop a gutter ball. Under the gun checks, under the gun plus 2 checks, I check, and the cutoff checks. There's no need to try to go for action right here because with how loose everyone's calling right now, I don't even feel good that it's gonna fold around. I feel like I might even get 3-bet. The turn is the 10 of hearts, so we miss our gutter ball. Under the gun checks, under the gun plus 2 bets $50. This player in particular is very, very tight, and I have yet to see him make any type of bets, and I haven't even really seen him in many hands in general. So I decided to say, fuck it, and call the 50. I know it's a bad call, but if on the off chance I hit one of my 4-outers, I'm definitely gonna be able to stack this guy. I call, and the cutoff folds, and under the gun folds, so we're going heads up to the river, and the river is the 4 of diamonds. I did not expect it, but I will take it. My straight comes in. I put the trap in, and I check it, and he immediately bets $200. He only leaves himself $50 behind, so I say fuck it and push him all in. He snaps, and he just mucks his cards when he sees my straight. Yes. Best part about home games is they always have food. Nice little salad. Trying to keep it healthy. I'm in the game for $700 right now, and I'm currently at $850, so up 150. Not bad.
Piece by piece you undress me. Doesn't matter how far where we be.
So in this next hand, I am in under the gun plus 2 with ace of spades and 9 of spades. The straddle is on, and this straddler has been very, very loose with raising on top of his straddles. So I decide to just kind of juice this pot up a little bit, and I decide to raise it up to $30. The middle position calls, middle position plus 2 makes the call. It folds back to the straddler, and he puts in the min raise to $60 and just 30 more on top for me. I obviously call, middle position calls, and middle position plus 2 folds just for the extra 30. I don't know. The flop comes out 9, 6, 7. Under the gun leads out for $100. I have, at this point, I have top pair, top kicker. I'm trying to think what type of hands this player might have because he's so loose. He genuinely can have any 2 pair of cards. I don't know. So I've been in the same exact spot with this guy earlier where he bet $100 and I came over the top and 3-bet him to $300, and I showed a bluff to him, and he keeps bringing up how I bluffed him earlier and how he doesn't want to get bluffed again, and it folds around after I bet 300 back to him. He calls my 3, but also puts 300 more on top. This is the same player who had a lot of chips and is just acting very loose because he has a lot of chips and trying to bully all the players out. I really don't think he has anything, especially because he was the initial straddler. I have 650 more behind, so I decide to jam it in. It's an extra 350 for him. He snap calls, which is always fucking bad news. But in this case, he flips over a open-ended straight draw and a backdoor flush draw opportunity. I let it play out on camera here. I'm all in right now. Here's this guy.
How much more is it, Art?
360.
I call.
What do you have?
Ooh, it's open-ended.
Open-ended, all right. And flush.
Oh, turn it.
Dud it out. Okay, dud. No, 5 or 10. 5 or 10.
6.
Oh, boat! Yes! Thank you. Damn, look at this view. Sheesh. This is wild. Game update. I feel like I'm playing pretty well, honestly. It's a super loose game. People are drunk. It's amazing. I'm just folding until I get something good. Let's get back in there. Yes, sir. In this next hand, I'm in late position with King of Hearts, Queen of Hearts. Under the gun limps, and it folds to me, and I raise it up to $30. The button calls, the small blind folds, the big blind calls, and under the gun calls. Flop comes out, King of Diamonds, 7 of Clubs, King of Spades. Under the gun bets $100. I play it sneaky and just call. I think what I can possibly get value from here, and there's not really many hands. It folds around. Turn is the 10 of Hearts, which is a pretty decent card for me. Under the gun could easily have Jack 10 or Ace 10 in this spot. Under the gun leads out for $100. I really contemplate putting a 3-bet here, but I just decide, well, he's still firing off. Might as well just call it. The river is a complete blank. It's the 2 of Clubs, not changing anything here. He leads out again for $100, and I sit there contemplating what sizing I should go for, and decide on a sizing of 250 to have 150 more on top. He snap folds. So I think my analysis of just calling him down while he's barreling was a good one. I'm happy to scoop this.
Yep.
Those are the hands I hate the most.
Me take a little step outside. Look how crazy this house is. This place has its own massive patio. I don't even know what the fuck this is called. This is patio? I don't even know. Unfortunately, I just got crushed in a horrible hand. I had 9-7, I flopped a 7, and I rivered a 9, and I guess somehow I went all in, and the guy who called me hit a gutter ball straight on the turn. I had no idea there was even a straight available, so I was up like 1,000, and I was all in for 1,000. He was all in for 1,000. Currently up like $100 right now. Hate to see it, but the ranges are wide right now, so I can't really be mad about it. It's a crazy game. So I'm gonna keep playing my game. Hopefully it works out. So the last hand of the night, I am in the small blind with 6 of Hearts, 8 of Spades. Under the gun limps, middle position limps, button limps, big blind checks. The flop comes out 6 of Spades, 2 of Hearts, 6 of Clubs. Flopping me trips. That's always nice. I check, and it checks to the button. The button bets 50, and I just call. And it folds around. The turn is the Queen of Hearts, which is honestly a pretty decent card because a lot of people who floating over cards get there. I check. The button bets $50 again, and I just call. The river is the Queen of Diamonds, bringing in a very runner strange boat. I'm not that nervous about the queens. I know I just said that they get there on the turn, but I don't know, I'm not that scared. The button decides to bet $50 again. Sizings in this game are just so strange to me. I 3-bet to 100, he snap calls, I show my 6, and he mucks, so that's good. But before we wrap it up, I want to play out this one hand that it really explains itself. I'm all in for stacks against the same guy who's been opening on my right very loose. He opened up to 100, I 3-bet to 300, he jams, and now this happens. Glenn?
Yep.
I have to call.
Oh my God!
Please have ace king. Oh no.
Oh,
Come on, queen!
No queen.
Queen! Queen!
No queen.
Queen!
No queen.
Queen! Oh yeah.
No
Queen!
queen. No queen.
Queen!
Yes. Hey, that's a sweat.
Wow.
That was a sweat.
Dude, you're the only one that's got that.
That was a crazy session. Let's go. So I was in the game for 700, cashed out for 2120. That was probably the easiest game I've ever played in my entire life. And the guys are probably gonna watch this video. I'm sorry. It was fucking easy. Thank you guys so much for watching this poker vlog. I'm gonna be uploading a new poker vlog every Tuesday. I'll see you guys then.
I can't help